Peace, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, Solely, and I'm out here spreading them good vibes and that good energy. Hopefully today you get to feel it too. Now, let's jump right in to the video and learn something new. So, today I want to begin a new series, So, we just got done with the chakras, So, hopefully you guys have a better understanding of the chakra system, and it's funny how this is also synchronized, because it's like in order for you to understand higher dimensional beings and in a sense get in contact with them, you first have to understand yourself first and foremost. But it's like your energy system is a great place to start, because these things of channeling and mediumship and connecting to other beings and source spirits and things like this, they all root from the crown chakra. The crown chakra, is the chakra that's the last one technically. It's on the top of our head. It hovers above our head. It's not particularly on the head, but it's more said to hover above the head. But it's like all of the chakras, they work in unison. They work as a unit, as one. So it is very important that you understand your lower chakras, as the lower chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus are support systems of the higher chakras, So it's very crucial that you understand the functions of your lower chakras, so then you can not only do these things of the higher chakra, but also have that ability to ground yourself while you're doing your spiritual practices or whatever, because it's like, what's the point of being spiritual or experiencing all of these otherworldly things if you can't truly bring it back to earth, truly ground it, and help others in a sense. And it's like, we are living on this earth realm, so if you're just to be 100% spiritual and neglect grounding, neglect your lower chakras, and to a degree it's kind of pointless, there isn't really any growth or any feasible, there isn't really an ability, rather I should say, for you to apply that knowledge. So it's like, it is very crucial that we understand our chakra system, energetic system. So it's like, if you haven't checked out the previous videos I made, you should. And I really do encourage you to start with the the root chakra, because it can be very we do tend to want to jump right into the crown chakra, but it's like you gotta work up the ladder, in a sense we can say, because the lower chakras, they're support systems, and in this spiritual age or whatever, a lot of people neglect the lower chakras. They neglect grounding, they neglect connecting to nature and things of this nature. They neglect the fact that our physical body is a beautiful thing. A lot of people don't see the body as a beautiful thing, but rather they see it as, in a sense, a flesh prison, you can say, rather than thinking that there's growth to be made, there's growth and development that comes with the physical body. They rather see it as something that's holding them back, something that's imprisoning them, in a sense. And it's like, all of these things are for a reason. We are on this earth realm for a reason. Predominantly this earth realm, it's a place where beings ultimately from all walks of life, in the sense of other dimensions, come to the earth realm for them to, in a sense, transmute karma, change karma and things of transmute and let go of karma. The heart, the words in heart are anagrams of, the earth, earth or anagram. The word earth is an anagram for heart, because it's EARTH, and then you can just place the H in the front, and that's it, heart. But yes, the earth is a heart chakra center. It is a heart chakra energy, and it is about growth and development and things of this nature. So this is ultimately why we're here, and earth is most definitely a beautiful, special place, and we are being supported by other beings of multi dimensions and things of this nature. beings on the 11th dimension have their eyes on us. Angels have their eyes on us, and all of these other beings, there are good beings and bad beings as well. Like, there are certain beings, like reptilians and things of this nature, that are rather affecting us from a negative standpoint, But I do want to say that the word reptilian, it's kind of like human, Like, when we say human, human doesn't particularly really define all of the different walks of life that is on earth, like all of the different cultures and different races. Like, it's kind of the same thing with the word reptilian. There are different types of reptilians out there. There are reptilians that want to help us. There are other reptilians that are way left brain and don't want to help us. But predominantly, I feel like the reptilian energy, reptilian race, they're more anchored into, yes, of course, the left brain, the reptilian brain, as you know. But they're more they're more masters of the physical, of the elements and things of this nature, But today in this video, I just wanted to get that out the way. But in this video today, we will be talking about angels to begin with. So, it's beautiful because while I was studying this, like, there's, a lot of people like to say we are living in the body of God, and I never really got it or understood it until like just now. I was just studying, and I guess it's because of like what I did previously, because I kind of approached my study differently today. Like, I started off, I always meditate in the morning, so I meditated for like 1 hour and 17 minutes, because 1 plus 1 plus 7 equals down to 9. I tried to magic happens when you align with 369. But yeah, and then I decided to do a breath exercise. The breath exercise I did was it's like when you breathe off. So it's like, look, I'll show you guys. So it's like you do this, right? And then you cover the next nose. Wait, let me use words rather. So it's like you breathe off, you inhale through one nostril, and then you exhale through another nostril. Then you cover, and you do this. You do like 20 reps on each side, and it is said that what this does is it helps, for one, really relax you, really, because it works in the central nervous system directly, I think it's the central nervous system. But yes, it helps to relax you, but on top of that, it also helps in a sense to raise your consciousness. And blood flow is very crucial, so that's kind of why I did that. But then I ended up also doing a little bit of yoga, a little bit of stretching, to get like the blood flow going and everything, because I just felt like this would help me channel in more information, if you get what I mean. But it was like I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know the power of what I was doing, because what happened was I was studying, I was technically looking over my notes on angels, and I was just like reading it, and okay, so look, with angels, angels are ultimately light beings. They are light beings, like we can't really perceive angels because they vibrate at way higher vibrations, and they're vibrating at a higher dimension than us, so these angels, they are we can't see them, they can be in front of us, we can't see them. But of course, it does really depend on the person, because in actuality, some of us, well, rather, let me say this, all of us are angels, so it is said that originally earth, this life that we are living in, originally we were all angels, connected to the God body, I guess you can say. I'll explain what that means later on, but it's like ultimately, earth was in a sense a game where we as angels, pure light beings of positivity, came down to earth to play this game we called negativity, where we would choose negativity over positivity. Now you might think like, what the fuck? Like, what type of shit is that, right? But in actuality, like, you think about this, like, don't you think, well, like, whenever you are in an energy for so long, you get bored and you want to experience the other energy, like, for instance, people who have been spoon-fed their whole life, like predominantly, like people who have been spoon fed their whole life. Like, let's say teens and things of this nature, right? These teens who have been spoon fed their whole life, they kind of want to experience what it means to, in a sense, be mischievous and like okay, so rather what I'm saying is, like, how like there's certain shows I used to watch. I remember I used to watch, and it was like where these rich ass teens, they would like go and they would like rob, they were like shoplift from stores, and it was like they had money but they would shoplift, and this was simply because they were always getting what they wanted, so they wanted to experience the thrill, like what it felt to be on the other side, if you get what I mean. It's like I hope you guys get what I mean. Like, peace can be boring. Like, you can be peaceful, and you can have peace for eternity, but then you're gonna get bored, just as the stories of creation go. Like, I guess we'll say, because it all began with, I'll use the flower of life for instance. It all began with a being, a spark, and this spark there was no movement, nothing, nada. It was just still, it was just peace and everything. But then it got bored of peace, so it started moving, and then as it moved, it started creating life and things of this nature. It's kind of like the same. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Like, because the angels were always on positive, they wanted to experience something new, so they came down to this earth realm, and they were playing this game of negativity, where they would choose negativity over positivity, and in the beginning it was all just fun and games. But like, as we continued to play this game, it became habitual, it became repetitive, and it became a habit. So we in a sense, to a degree you can say, fell deeper in consciousness, and we didn't realize that this was a game, but we took it as reality. So we started thinking that and then karma came into the equation, we should say. Like, you got to keep in mind that source, God or source, even though religion is let me just whoa. Yeah, like, religion make us believe that I don't want to say too much, but as I was saying, like, religion, they make us believe that God, it's fucking weird, because they would say God is the all forgiving, merciful, it will forgive you. God is not a man or a woman. It's more hermaphrodite in its energy, because it's like you need both feminine and masculine, for creation to come forth. And we have also been made to believe that God is a he, when in actuality it is a it. Both man and woman is God. It's balance, harmony. It's through the feminine and the masculine that life is created. It's the dark and the light that life is created. It's like, we need the dark. A lot of us shy away from the dark. We become fearful when we see dark, but in actuality, we actually need the dark. You see, because dark absorbs light. Dark absorbs light. Dark absorbs light. Let me say that 3 times. Already did. But yes, it's like dark is what absorbs light. So if we don't have any darkness, then how are we gonna absorb light? Like, do you guys get what I'm saying? We need the darkness to understand what light is, how to absorb light. But yes, so the darkness would be the feminine, whereas light is the masculine. But we have been made to believe, we have been made to think in duality, to think good and bad, evil, good and bad, evil and good and things of this nature. But in actuality, there's only balance. There's only duality, in a sense, is just one and the same thing. For instance, the twin rays. I will also be talking about the twin rays in this dimensional series. Ultimately, the twin rays are just the rays that were sent out by source to bring forth life, in a sense. These rays are feminine, the masculine. The feminine and the masculine rays. These 2 rays are twin rays, meaning they are one and the same thing. But in actuality, they might be perceived separate, but in actuality, they are one and the same thing, And this is kind of where twin flames come from. Twin flames originate from twin rays. But it's like, it's very interesting, It's very interesting. But yes, I guess, yeah, but as I was saying, so angels, we came here, we in a sense fell into the illusion, which was the game of negativity, and we thought that this was reality. So what happened was, in a sense, we fell in density for one, but we just thought that because of this we had to pay. Like there was we karma was due. Like we started attaching ourselves to our actions and things of this nature. We didn't really realize that this was more of a game, but rather we started becoming more dense, and and through this process, the you see, all we humans are all we're all born with can I say even now? Because it is true that like the humans that are coming in now, we are of more different, like Barbara Lee, I think her name. I don't know, but I hope you guys know who Barbara is. Honestly, I forgot her last name, Barbara something, but she is this famous channeler, I guess we can kind of say, who does channeling through hypnosis and things of this nature, and she talks about the three waves. The three waves of consciousness. The first wave being the indigo, the second wave being the crystal, and then the last being the rainbow children. I want to say indigo, crystal, rainbow children. And it's like the more we go, the higher, the closer the wave, the more pure they are, in a sense. But ultimately, when we fell in this density, what happened was there was a program that was instilled within us, and this is the program of sin. It was instilled within us at a DNA level. So at a DNA level, we are still, but we believe that we are sinners, at a DNA level. Like this is something that in a sense we need to transmute, and you see, the thing about angels is they hear when we speak. So damn, this is a video about angels. I'm trying to talk about angels, but it's like I guess I need to talk about this, to this connects with angels, rather, I should say. But yes, so it's like the angels, they hear us, So there was this beautiful thing that clicked to me earlier when I was studying my notes. What I realized was we are living in, like they say, the body of a being. Now the dimensions would be considered the organs, the organs of the being. The 12th dimension would be considered the brain. The 12th dimension is source. This is God. This is where all comes from. So the 12th dimension would be considered source, And what's beautiful about angels is it said that angels are actually they're servants and messengers of God, and of God, or of the source. And they do what it is that God asks them to do, So it's like with that being said, I realized that ultimately angels, they're just like the nervous system of God, in a sense, if you get what I mean. Like, because you see, the thing about angels is there's a hierarchy, and there are higher angels, and these are ultimately, the seraphims and the thrones, and then lower angels, and these are just lower angels, and like cherubs or something like that. I can't say that word, but yeah, like for instance, there's angels in the sun. These are called solar angels, and to a degree they would kind of be considered angels, lower angels, but they're not. Just because it's lower angels doesn't mean that they're negative or like they're lesser than. The beautiful thing about it is there's like a shit ton of angels out there, like there isn't just 7 angels or like just the archangels, but there is an infinite amount of angels out there, and they all work together. They've all manifested in this community, rather, I should say, and they're all working together as a unit, So it's like, even though there is a hierarchy, they understand that every angel is needed, and it's like they all come together in a sense to build the body of God. Whereas the source is the brain, the angels make the body of God, So the angels would be like the hand of God, the legs of God, and things of this nature. And what I realized was like, holy shit, the angels are like the nervous system. Like, because what the angels do first and foremost is their light, their light. And what they do is they bring messages, and they bring light to, I guess we can use the earth realm, for instance. Whenever angels come, it's when they're needed, and they might come with their intelligence and their light and their love, and they spread that energy, and we too pick up on that energy, or for instance, the energy of grace. The energy of grace is a healing energy that came to earth around 2003, and it just kept progressing, and it's getting stronger and stronger. We are at 2019 right now, so the energy, the energy of grace is very powerful and present at the moment, but this grace energy is all about healing. It's all about forgiveness. It's all about transmuting our karma, because you see, originally, source, we can say, thought that we didn't particularly need this grace energy, that we were good, that we can get our shit together. But as time progressed, well, time is illusionary, but later on, they seen evidently that this wasn't the case, and that we were in need of this grace energy. And the angels, they heard our prayers, our cries, and our pains. So it was from their will that we received this grace energy, So yes, this grace energy is now present. It is here. And what this grace energy is doing is it's helping us transmute our karmas faster. There is, in fact, like, there will be two realities. Well, there are two realities that have manifested on earth. You see, a lot of us think that the earth realm is going to change, but in actuality, the earth is going to stay the same. What is going to change is us. We're going to change from within. And as the Hermetic principles beautifully stated, correspondence, or mentalism. But I'll speak on correspondence, which is as within, so without, as above, so below, which is saying that when you change within, your external reality reflects that to you. So it's like, but yes, ultimately that. And what happens is we change within, and then our external reality reflects to us. And this change that we take upon ourselves to bring forth will allow us to synchronize with the reality that's more partnering with grace, rather than the current reality that we were living in, which is like the reality that's going to make us go through all of this trials and tribulations, all of this pain, all of this sorrow. I guess to a degree we can correlate it to the energy of Saturn. I'm gonna make more videos on Saturn. But yes, if you don't understand what the energy of Saturn, you can check out my channel, because I made a video on the energy of Saturn, astrologically speaking. But it, wait, give me a second. That is so weird. My music just started playing. Whoa. Is that like a... Well, yeah, everything is symbolic. Everything... signs are everywhere. Everything is symbolic, but that never happens. It's like when you record, you can't really play music unless you're like using an app that's like open camera, which allows you to record music. But it's like, yeah, my music just started playing out of the blue, out of nowhere. Wow, I feel the presence of beings, of angels, we can say. I think it's because I'm talking about them. But yeah, beautiful. But god darn it. No, I did not get distracted. Actually, I know where I was at. So yes, it's like through changing our external reality, our internal reality, our external reality will reflect to us. It will allow us to align with the energy of grace, the energy that will allow us, in a sense, an easier path to forgiveness. You see, back to the sin programming, a lot of us think that we are not worthy of forgiveness. It is said that to a degree we are addicted to pain. Like, we talk about we don't want pain, but we do things that bring us pain. Like, to a degree, it's like an addiction that human beings have with this so-called pain. But yes, angels. So as I said, I realized that angels, they're like the nervous system of the God, of source, of God, and they're And it's like, what does the nervous system do? It's all about sending messages to the bodies of it's all about sending messages. It's all about doing the will of the brain and shit like that, so I was just like, wow, this is so beautiful, because to a degree this wisdom came from within, and it's like there are some things that no one can really truly teach you from an external source. There are certain things that you got to go within to really understand in real eyes with your real eye, see with your real eye, real eyes, real eye, blah 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 blah. That was a joke I made with the third eye chakra, and it resonates, it's a cool joke. But so yes, angels, they are I guess I should also talk about how, like I said, we were once angels. So even though we are to a degree in this lower third dimension where we are not particularly experiencing ourselves as the all, or with the all, or connected to the all, but rather ourselves as human beings, and to a degree separate, there are indeed actually still we still have aspects of us that are angels, because the beautiful thing about time is, for one, it doesn't exist, but for two, we have been made to believe that time is linear, when in actuality time is not linear. It is actually vertical. Everything is happening simultaneously. Everything is happening at the present moment now. So there is a future you that has already done everything. Bugs. There is a future you that has already done everything you can aspire to do, and if you can channel in, and if you can tap into this future you, then you will realize that you don't need to worry, and you will realize that that everything is good, everything is okay. Like, for instance, holy shit, all right, so check it. I remember this was like last summer, so what is that, like the summer of 2019, right? 2019 summer. And this was like my birthday had just passed, and I think this was like a month after my birthday, and I like to sleep on the ground. Like, I'm sleeping on my bed right now, but like, I like to sleep on the ground because I know that when you sleep on the ground, it's better for like blood flow, your spine is more aligned, and you're grounded and things of that nature, so I was in this day I was sleeping on the ground, and I was trying to sleep, but this happened 3 times in a row, I was trying to sleep, but there was this presence, like this powerful energy. Holy shit, seraphims. But yeah, let me finish my story, then let me talk about the seraphims. Seraphims. But I think that was the energy that came to me, So yes, so I was in my bed, I'm not on the floor, and I was trying to sleep. Like, I had my blanket on the floor and everything, and I was comfortable trying to sleep, and then boom, this energy, there was a presence, like this energy was in my room. There was like a presence of energy in my room, and it was just so strong and so powerful. So that shit scared me. It was overwhelming, so I was scared, because I guess in a sense, like, I was just like, there's something here. I'm kind of scared, but I didn't allow myself to be fearful, I was like, your power, like, you shouldn't be afraid, like, whatever it is, it can't harm you, it won't harm you, So this happened once, and I was just like, I was scared, so I was like, leave me alone, like, I wasn't open to receiving. And then, so it happened, and then it left. Later on I found out that it was it left, and then this happened once again. And then the third time, before it happened, I was in commune with my higher self. I was talking to my higher self, and I was asking her questions. I was just like asking, what is this, and things of this nature. And it was just like, it's okay. Like, this energy won't harm you. Like, these beings won't harm you. It's okay. Like, let them in. Like, let them in. And it's funny because I actually like recorded the whole conversation I had with these beings. And everything. But I was like emotional. I was fucking crying and everything. Like, just so much came up, and you see what happened was, so they came to me, and they told me, I was like, fuck this, I'm not running. So, I, instead of being afraid, I got up and like I sat in my meditation position. Like I sat in, like, how we meditate, like I guess crisscross or whatever, and I meditated to calm my mind, to calm down. And then once I did, I tapped into them. I asked, I was like, who is here? Like, who is in my room? Like, show yourself. And it's crazy because, like, every time they come, like, shit goes, like, there's signs that they're there, because it's like I have, like, the a cassette thing, a radio, and has like a cassette thing, and like the cassette thing last time when the presence was there, that shit opened, and that shit scared the fuck out of me. I was like, it opened, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck? And then the other time there was like noise coming from outside of my room, like the window. It was coming from outside the window, so this was all crazy. But like, yeah, so I sat there and I was just like, who are you? And they said, we are you. So we, right, there's the we, so it's not I am you. So it was like they came to me in a 3. They came to me in a 3. I have such a crazy relationship with the number 3, or just that the number 3, that's like my number. I am a three-dimensional being, I was gonna say, but I myself am like threefold. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I guess I'm a trinity being, rather I should say trinity being. But yes, they came to me in 3, and it was like, one was saying it was my past self, the other was my future self, and the other was my present self. And they had came to me, and they were just like, they came to me with a message, and they were telling me all of these things. It is personal, of course, but ultimately they also came to tell me, they were like, we are also here to let you know, and it's to a degree warn you. They said warn you, but it's like, I guess they're just trying to notify me, or notify me, right? And they told me, like, I will go through this upgrade, and I will and I should prepare, and I should be cautious, and that after this I won't be considered human anymore. So I was like, what the fuck does that mean? What? Yeah, but yeah, so then what happened was, I communed with them, I recorded it and everything, and then, that was beautiful, it was peaceful, and now I was at peace, and I understood what was going on, and, shit like that. And then I went to sleep, and then the next day, they came too, but this time, okay, so, every time they came, it was like, the crazy thing was, they weren't just outside of me, they were in me. Like, when they came, like, I would feel like this powerful, immense energy, like a voltage, like rushing through my body, and it was just so weird. Like it was a strong, like the energy was just so powerful, and I was just like, I've never felt this before, so I was terrified, of course. But then after that, after I was I was informed, I knew what was going on, they came again, and the same thing happened. In a sense, they were performing healing on me, and while they were doing this, I was laying down, and I understood, so I let them do their thing. And it was just like immense energy was just flowing through me, and it was powerful. It was like I was, whoa, like, to a degree, I guess you can say, like, my previous body was literally getting burnt. Like, that's what I felt, like, I felt like I was being burnt from the inside out, like, but it wasn't like hurting, but it was just like the energy was so powerful that that's what I felt like was happening, like some shit, I was being burned or something like that. But like, yeah, so then that happened. Like, yeah, that was my experience with my other selves. And yes, it was, now I can see that it was, there were seraphims, one of me was a seraphim, or whatever, a seraphim. So the present me, I correlated it to my higher self to a degree, but yeah, so talk about seraphims. So seraphims are ultimately like the ones that are they're considered to be the most powerful beings, the most powerful beings. Like, they're at the top of the hierarchy. It's seraphims and then source. So seraphims are the direct connection to source. They're the ones who truly act. Well, all of the angels act out from the will of God and the messages of God. But these seraphims, they're like so close to God. And they are very powerful, so they reside there. But it's like they don't often come that lower to these lower um to these lower dimensions unless it's necessary, because they're powerful. Their their energy is very powerful, and it can be overwhelming to us human beings. So it's like, yeah, you know. But yes, they only come when it's necessary, when like for specific reasons, when something is needed. You know, they come here. Um, but like, yeah. So as I was saying, but yeah, so they don't really come here, but they only come here when it's like crucial or necessary or important, you know, because their energy is very powerful. The seraphims, they reside with source, you know, at the higher, well, not with source, they're more at like the 11th dimension, and source is like at the 12th dimension. To a degree, source is the 12th dimension technically. And the 12th dimension is the brain, right? Because like we said, the dimensions are organs of this body, of this being that we are living in. They're organs of this being that we are living in. Dimensions are bodies, and it's crazy, you know. Like when I learned this just now, you know, I was studying and I was like, wait a second, and I like pieced it together, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I mean, like I said, you know, like me telling you this, it might spark it. Well, it definitely is gonna plant a seed within you, but I feel like some things you just have to learn for yourself, you know. Like I've heard this saying before, but I just never understood it. But now that I experienced it from a personal level, then I understand. I really know what it means. Oh, and also, you know what's dope? In us human beings, our stem cells would be considered the light, like, because light is just light comes from source, you know, and light has the potential to become anything, any cell. And that's the thing about stem cells, right? A stem cell is a universal a universal cell that can become any form of cell it needs to be, you know. So I was like, this is just all so amazing, so beautiful. But yes, within us, stem cells are technically the light within us, like at a physical manifestation, I guess you can kind of say. But yeah, so seraphims are also like, in a sense, responsible. They're up there, and you know what they do? Their job is to for one, be themselves and sing the songs of, I want to say, creation, or like the song of source, you know. They're responsible for singing the song of source and creation. And through these songs, through them singing these songs, and through them sending these vibrational high frequencies throughout the world, throughout the universe, this promotes harmony, balance, and movement, you know. So yeah, to a degree, it's interesting, it's beautiful. It's like I'm tying them to the nervous system, most definitely, but to a degree I can see how they're also correlated with the circulatory system. But yeah, I'm more gonna lean with them being connected to the nervous system, you know. But it's like, it's amazing, you know, because it is said that learn within, learn yourself, learn your biology, and you will know everything. And this is so fucking true, you know, because everything is yo, like, it's not bullshit. Like the law of correspondence, the second law of correspondence, as without, so within, it's not bullshit, you know. And it's like, the more we realize this, the more we understand, and the more we know how to apply it, the better we will in a sense operate in this world, you know. But yeah, so those are the seraphims. And then I also want to talk about, you know, the solar angels, because these are like angels that are, in a sense, the solar angels, they are responsible for, they kind of do the same thing that the seraphims do, but they're doing it at our solar system level, you know. The solar angels are said to reside within the sun. They send messages, and they operate through the rays of the sun, you know. But they're not, I don't want to say the particular, I don't know if I can say that they are the sun, but then again, it's like, angels are light beings, you know. They're light beings. They're light. It's a light being, you know. And it's like, they're so high dimensional that, like I mentioned earlier, that we can't particularly really perceive them. But yes, an angel can come to us in ways which we can perceive them. Just as if a spirit wants to be seen, it can be seen. So can angels, you know. They can make themselves, they can come in a way which is which is vibrating at our level, or even like you most definitely do feel their energy, their presence, their energy and their presence. But yeah, the solar angels, they do the same thing as the seraphims, but I guess at a lower scale, we can say. They are spreading their light and vibrations onto this earth with the solar system itself. And it is said that it's to them that the creation of earth was what came forth, and I think we do say that all of the planets came from the sun, right? Like the sun is the center and everything, and they are radiating this energy, so yes, like one thing you can do to connect with these angels, you got to keep in mind that angels are light beings. So when we are talking about angels and connecting with them, we are dealing with light. We're doing light work, I guess you can kind of say. So first and foremost, building your visualization, imagination, having the ability to imagine, having the ability to visualize, to see things, is very crucial for you to do this, to connect. But like I said, start with the root chakra. If you are going to go back and study, the chakras, you can do that on my channel, because I already, did a whole series of that. And I think it's very beautiful how this is synchronized, how I did the chakras, and then now I'm doing the multidimensional beings. Because it's very important that we understand us at an energetic level, physical level, and all levels, so then we can truly connect with these other beings, right? But yes. So yes, so the visualization and things of this nature would be correlated to the third eye. But also you do gotta keep in mind, I hope I'm not talking too fast for you guys. I'm a Gemini, so I do have that tendency to talk fast, and sometimes I do try to push myself, like I do try to see how fast I can talk, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm just talking, But yeah. Fuck, where was I? But yeah, there I am. So yeah, like I was saying, the third eye is correlated to visualizations and things of this nature, seeing into other dimensions. I don't really want to talk about the third eye right now, but it's I made a video on that, so you can check it out, But it's at the crown chakra where we truly connect. The third eye, in a sense, is getting into the plane. As it's said that the third eye is the soul of the seat. The third eye is the lamp of the soul. It is what illuminates. The third eye its responsibility is to illuminate. Look at me saying I didn't want to talk about it, but I am. But let me just continue talking, right? So yes, it's all about illumination. It's all about, to a degree, tapping into other dimensions, And now it's at the crown chakra where we truly connect, because the crown chakra, it's our universal identity. This is where we truly identify and understand that we understand our place with the universe, with the universe. So yes. So as I was saying, light work. So first and foremost, utilizing the ultraviolet ray. The ultraviolet ray is ultimately this ray of violet, right? Purple light is of the highest frequency. The color purple is very high vibration or high frequency in its frequency. What the fuck? And this is why our crown chakra, its color is purple, but it's also white. White, purple or white. But it's yes, what you want to do first and foremost is start by grounding yourself. Always start by grounding yourself. Make sure that you are meditating and everything. You have meditated. You have calmed your mind. Now you want to imagine you are breathing in this purple light, but it begins with intention first. You gotta intend to want to connect with these seraphims, these higher dimensional angels and things of this nature, and first set the intention. Now what you want to do is sit in meditation, be ready, and start breathing in that purple light. Feel it submerge into your aura field. Feel and see this purple light fill your aura system, feel, and this energy the purple light is very powerful, so it does have that ability, in a sense, to have a direct impact on you. But you might need practice as well, because like astral projection and things of this nature, a lot of us don't get there because we become discouraged. But it's like you need practice, because this is something new. Your body doesn't really always do this. So when you start doing new things, you need practice, so give it time. Or maybe, like, it really depends. Some people might get it automatically, but if not, don't be discouraged. Practice, take time, and build your abilities and things of this nature. Now, after doing this, you do got to keep in mind that once you have completed your meditation, you've communicated with them, you are ungrounded. You have, in a sense, went elsewhere. So what you want to do is ground yourself with that red ray, like that red color, that the color of the crown, the root chakra. The beautiful thing about the root and the crown is they correspond with one another. The crown is a correspondence of the root chakra, and the root chakra is a correspondence of the crown chakra, meaning that they, in a sense, support each other, and they kind of need each other, and it's important if you are to truly utilize them to their full potential, that you understand the other and you utilize them both, if you get what I'm saying. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. But yes, make sure to ground yourself once that's done. And you can technically do the same thing with the solar energy, the solar angels. Imagine yourself breathing in the sun, and submerge yourself in the sun, and imagine with your intention that you are wanting to connect with these beings. Breathe in and things of this nature, And yes, like I said earlier, the angels, they will reply to you. What does the nervous system do? It replies. Its function is to be responsive, to respond to our body. So it will reply to you. If you ask an angel, they will come. They will never forsaken you. But yes, thank you. This has been my video on the crown. No. This has been my first video of 13 videos on the dimensional being. I started with the angels. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do make sure to like, subscribe, and do share this information, as this is valuable information, that we need, right? But just wait, I have so much more to talk about when it comes to these multi-dimensional beings. But yes, thank you for watching, and like I say, namaste. Have a blessed day, beautiful souls.